Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Blessing. For those of you that are new here, welcome to the family. So please, have you hit that subscribe button yet? Please do that. It's customary to do that when you arrive here. Okay. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how I achieved this beautiful, well-laid frontal. If this is something you might be interested in, then keep on watching. So this is like a part 2 of the video I made about how to revamp an old hair, because it's that hair that we're going to be installing today. I'll link the video down below so you can watch it after this. So I went in and cleaned her edges with alcohol, so just so we get any form of oil or dirt off her hair. Then I'm using the Gatsby blast spray and brush just to lay our edges down for us to be able to create the bird cap method, because we're using the cap method for this install. Then we're going to be putting on the cap, and then you want to make sure you cover all her ear with the cap. It is important that you do this, and then you cut little part of the ear off, so this way the cap will lay very flat by the side. So because if you don't do it like this, you might after laying the cap with the gel and everything, when it's completely dry, when you cut it out, it might lift there. It won't be as flat as possible. So it is important that you do it this way so that you can get the gel and spray to make that side slip. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but you will get what I mean. So right now I'm going in with the Gatsby styling gel, and then after that I'll be spraying it with the Gatsby spray just to create a stronger hold. So when doing this, once you apply the gel on it, the cap is a bit transparent, so you can see where you're actually applying the gel to. Make sure you apply it directly on the edges where you want it to cover. Don't go further with it, because once it's completely dry, getting it off from the part that you don't want it to cover is actually hard. So after that, you will sit your client, or if you're doing it on yourself, you sit under the dryer or use hand dryer, just like as I'm using, to make sure it's dry. Make sure it's completely dry. Next, I will be using her face foundation on the head just so it matches her skin better, because this cap is way lighter than her skin. Then after that, I will also use that same foundation on the wig itself. So then we'll go ahead and cut off the cap. When cutting off this cap, some part of the cap will be rolling up. Make sure you get them out as much as possible. Make sure you get that part as flat as possible. This process takes a little time, but you have to be patient with it. If you rush it, that way you won't get a very proper and clean install. So you have to be really patient with it. Next step, I'll be trying the wig on her just so I know where to properly lay the frontal. Remember, this is an old hair. The extra net that comes with new frontal is already gone, so you working with an old one is a bit more hard, so you have to be careful and specific with what you're doing. I'll be using the Ghost Bond glue for this process. So you want to put very tiny little bit first at the edge of the cap, just to lay down only the cap. Because of the little parts that rolls up in the cap, you want to make sure you use the glue to lay them down so it can look more flat and invisible. After that, I will now apply the glue on the cap. When you are applying the glue for installing the frontal, you want to make sure most parts of the glue are on the cap, then little bits of it on her skin. You don't want to apply tiny little bits in between the cap and the her skin. It will lift easily. So when doing it, you want to make sure you spread it really wide as you can, but make sure the part that is getting on the skin is very, very small. After applying the first layer of the glue, you want to make sure it dries clear before you go in with the second layer. You can do 3 to 4 layers depending on how long you want to carry your frontal. Then after the last one, you want to make sure it dries clear and tacky before you lay the frontal. So I usually start from the front while laying the middle while laying the frontal. Then I'll work my way to the sides. My clients will hold the sides down for me while I blow dry the hair. You want to put your hand dryer on warm or cool depending on how your client wants it, and then you blow dry it just so you detangle the frontal properly, and to also make sure no hair gets on the glue, just the lace, because if hair gets on the glue, getting it out is usually another work. You don't want to experience that, okay? If you have watched to this point, that means you are really enjoying this video. So please give me a thumbs up, okay? So that I will know that you really like this kind of content, all right? Next, I will check the sides just to know if there is excess and trim it off. Then cut off the excess lace at the front. This is an old wig. It already has some part of the frontal that has already loose hairs, so I made sure I didn't lay those parts down so we can cut it all off. After that, I'll be creating the baby hair. We'll be bringing out the hairs that we'll be using for the baby hair. I do have a video of how to create a baby hair, beginner friendly, or everything you need to know about creating baby hair, okay? I'll leave the link down below so you can watch that after this. So after bringing out the baby hair, I went ahead and tied the hair down with an elastic band, allow it to set for some time, and then we went ahead and create the baby hairs. I do have a video, like I said earlier, of how to create a baby hair. I also created this weaving style. Guys, I'm filming with my phone. There is no space, okay? So I couldn't film the part where I weave this hair. I'll probably do a another video fully dedicated to how to braid your frontal, okay? I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.